So a couple days ago, I heard there was news of Slykane on live, on Kick. I don't know why. I have no idea why. He'd even be streaming. I made this a point where if you're trying to escape the law, which he definitely is. He's run to Taiwan. He's run to Taiwan away from Philippines to get away from being arrested, essentially. And one of the most confusing things is that he is so deluded by thinking that he's not in trouble, which he definitely is. I watched footage of him talk about like everything online that you hear is a stupid rumor. You guys are making this up. I have no trouble in Philippines with anyone. I'm completely fine. Nothing's gonna happen to me. All this shit, right? And suspiciously, then he flies over to Taiwan. And as I was saying earlier, he refers to him not even being in trouble with anything regarded to the whole Vitali situation. We have a press briefing with the PCO USEC, Claire Castro. Everything that she says regarding this whole situation clarifies what's gonna happen. We'll watch some press coverage and see what she says together.
Just recently, nagkaroon ng statement si Pangulong Marcos tungkol doon sa Russian-American vlogger na si uh, Vitali. Any update doon sa nagsisilbing videographer niya since ang sinasabi din naman ng mga otoridad, meron ding liability yung kanyang videographer. Any update na po tungkol doon?
Tama po kayo, hindi po nagustuhan ng Pangulo ang ginawa na ito na isang Russian vlogger dito pa sa bansa at dito sa ating mga kababayan. Kaya nagkaroon din po, ngayon po ay humaharap sa kaso itong Russian vlogger ng mga kasong unjust vexation, alarms and scandal, theft, and attempted theft. Pero para po dito sa sinasabing videographer or cameraman po, nakasama po ni Vitaly Dorovatsky. Ngayon po ay nasampahan po siya, ayon po sa PNP, nasampahan na po siya ng kaso. Itong si Christopher Dantes, alias Slykane.
We'll pause it there right now. I love the way that she's pronounced his name. It's not Slykane. This guy's name is Skylane from now on. His name's Skylane because Claire Castro has made it very clear that pronouncing these guys' names is not even worth anyone's time. Skylane, Vitaly. She probably did that subconsciously too. Big dub, Claire.
Nasampahan po siya ng kasong unjust vexation or in relation to RA 10175 and RA 995 at saka po Anti-Photo and Video Voyeurism Act. Yan po.
So the translate didn't really work very much when she said that specific word. She said voyeurism. The voyeurism is a crazy thing. Let me get the definition up for everybody. So voyeurism, the definition that comes up first when you search at voyeurism is the practice of gaining sexual pleasure from watching others when they are naked or engaged in sexual activity. Obviously, the definition that we're using for this word in this situation is not that. The one that majority of people know the definition of voyeurism would be that first one. The second one, the enjoyment of seeing the pain or distress of others. Okay, so that's more in line. That's pretty much the definition that we're using. But I find it hilarious because when I heard her say voyeurism, immediately you think of the first one. You can see the definition is in this order.
Ang latest po mula sa PNP.
Just to give us an idea, Yusek, ano po ba yung pwedeng maging kaparusahan doon sa mga kasong naisampa dito kay Christopher?
Sa aking pagkakaalam, unjust vexation malamang po ay mga 30 days na imprisonment or fine. Tignan na lang po natin kung gaano ba ang magiging lalim ng mga ebidensya para malaman din natin at matetermina kung anong klaseng parusa kung sila naman po ay magiging makukonsidered na liable or guilty.
So since nasampahan na siya ng kaso, Yusek, anytime pwede na lumabas yung arrest warrant?
Hindi pa po, kasasampa pa lang po ng
Kasasampa
kaso.
pa lang.
Bibigyan po. Okay, tayo po. Sa administrasyon po ni Pangulong Marcos, ang lahat po ay binibigyan ng karapatang magdepensa. For them to exercise the right to due process. Hindi po ito babalewalain ng pamahalaan, lalong-lalo na po sa pamumuno ni Pangulong Marcos. Importante po ang due process sa mga Pilipino.
Amazing stuff right there. So I love that whole thing because it shows how Filipinos are still like very fair. We're still giving these guys the opportunity to defend themselves. You should have the opportunity to defend yourselves. But the difference when it's a nuisance streamer is that you record yourself doing all these things, and that, like, you're basically giving away all the evidence that you have where you're doing all these heinous acts. And it's hilarious because then you try to defend yourself, probably coming up with all this crazy shit so that it can kind of justify it in some messed up way. How are you going to justify anything you've done? It wasn't for the betterment of anyone. It was only for self-profit, rage baiting. Like, I don't know. I don't understand what the whole thing was supposed to really do, apart from raise awareness that you're an absolute dickhead. I feel like it's almost like a slap in their faces because they're like, okay, yeah, cool. You guys can defend yourselves, but you're fucked. Very good that the Filipino government has given them the opportunity to defend themselves, but you can't defend yourselves. Now, Slykane is in Taiwan at the moment. You don't need a visa to visit Taiwan if your visit is less than 14 days or up to 14 days, which is great. Great for Slykane. I've heard that he can jump from place to place that has this like 14-day free visa rule, but he's with his entire family at the moment. And to be able to buy all these flights, buy all this accommodation, and then continue to, I don't know, be able to feed everyone at the same time whilst on the run, it doesn't sound very practical. You might as well just go back home, save the most amount of money that you can, instead of spending it at all these places and then eventually having to face the music. You might as well face it right now. Just face that music, bro. And then I guess that makes sense as to why he's still streaming, because he needs money to keep running. So that kind of works against him too. I don't know what the strategy is, but I'm keeping my eyes open for everything, bro. This is hilarious. Slykane, you a bitch.